It's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Decided to go see this afternoon and lost an injector on the Series 1 Big Bud again. Real bummer. Got another one down, so we got to get one ordered and probably rob one out of this truck. This here is the blue Peterbilt. It's got a very similar injector. It'll work for the time being. But the problem is, we used this truck. We used this semi here to hold the seed that was in the green Ford over there that got stuck the other day. Because to get that unstuck, we had to air vac out. You guys saw in the video. All of that into here so that we can get the truck out. Well, the problem is now we got to get this back into there so we get the truck unhooked to get in the shop, pull the injector out to put it in the Big Bud. So it's fun. But this truck's got too much seat in it to take all this right now, so we got to finish seating a little bit to get enough seat out of the air drills to put that in the air drill to put this in there. Make sense? Okay, good. Let's do it. The reason these injectors are all of a sudden going out is because there was a crack in the fuel tank that we didn't know, and the water was pooling on top of the fuel tanks on the steps, and it was slowly running down in the fuel tanks last year, and we ran a bunch of water through the injectors until we realized it. So, blowing smoke rings. So we get to do another injector. Only problem is you got to order them, and they take like a week to get here. Okay, well, let's get to work. Just disconnected the trailer. Got the blue Pete right here, and then right here's the grain vac. When we get enough weed out of the green Ford, we're gonna take the vac right here, put it back under the 40-foot Mauer trailer here, suck into the green Ford seed truck. Then that'll be empty, and we'll just leave that there till after seeding because it can sit there. That's fine. And this is gonna get an injector robbed out of it. Get the Big Bud going, so we get the Big Bud going because we don't need this truck running right now. So I'm a little out of breath. I just got done cranking the wheel on the stands on that for about a couple minutes here. So got the muscles all worked up. All right, let's keep going. This is a really nice running truck. It won't be running for at least this week while we steal the injectors out of it. Inside, and then leg arms. When he's finished taking the injector out of the other tractor, we'll jump onto this and start ripping the injector out of this one.
Here's not going in it.
Do you need that little one that I had?
Yeah, where's that other one?
Well, I didn't put it away last, but it's probably over here.
Everything is so hot this motor right now.
Here it is. Yeah, this one works pretty good for that.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. I'm sure it is hot in here. Just a minute ago, there was like 800-degree exhaust temperatures coming out of there.
Oh, that is burning the flesh.
Want me to get a glove?
Nope, I got it. Well, that came out. Can't pull on that. Don't worry, we're not using it ever again.
Yeah, the injector shot.
Come on. Pull this out of the way. Okay, there it is.
That's the culprit.
I have to get something else to take those water valve covers off.
You have a place for that? Oh, it's right here.
Let's get that off later. Okay, so then alright, that's loose.
injector. Hard. Probably nice and toasty.
Yeah, it's a little warm.
Yeah, that's the good injector.
And a little bit of diesel fuel. You can see that copper ring that you're talking about, Nick.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yep. There's our timing for the injectors. We have to make sure we do that right. So when he's ready, I'm going to crank it over. And we got to match a number up on a letter up on the accessory drive here. So according to the screen here, it says we got to do the intake and exhaust valve at 1427. So we've got a 14 here, right there. And we don't have a 27, so I got to make it. Okay.
All right. So which one's which?
14's right there. That's your intake.
Okay. Let's just go do the intake then. Okay. What we're going to do here is, as you can tell, I cannot slide that in there underneath. So you back it off a little bit, and then you can see how I can start to move it back and forth. And I want it where I can just barely move it. Like I can barely move it back and forth. I'm going to keep that right there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, just lock that down, take the gauge. Now you can see how I can barely slide it underneath like that, and that's pretty close, and we can work with that. Now when we change this injector back out again, because we have to get the right one, we could do it again to make sure it's all perfect, and I'll use this end instead. And then as the intake, as you can see, 14 thousandths gap is what we did for intake. We're going to go ahead and mix two of these together to get 27 thousandths. And I don't need that right now, let's just do that. I'm going to take these two and make sure that there's nothing on both sides so I don't get an in-racket reading. I'm going to loosen that up a little bit, and I'm going to tighten it down just a little bit. So I'll take this, like that. Just barely tighten it. Okay. Now, see how I can barely move it? That's not what I want. I want it just a little bit more. Almost there. Where you want it just a little tough, not too much. And that's about right. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it to make sure that I don't change that setting. And I'm going to lock it down. Okay? After you lock it down, pull it in and out, and that's pretty good. We'll stick with that.
Cool.
Boy, this thing is not very
Yeah, they don't make that out of aluminum, do they? Okay, we're gonna fire it up and make sure everything's right. So
okay,
go ahead. So he's gonna check the temperatures on each cylinder. Sounds good. Number 5, which is right back here, was the one that went bad. Huh? Nothing, you're fine. Just talking to myself. We need a new muffler. It's cracked out on the bottom of this muffler. It's the original one that was on there from a while back. We didn't replace it when we redid this bud, but it needs a new one. Is it good? Yeah, we should be back in business. So now we just got to clean some tools off.
Well, let's pull all these tools off.
Then we go back to the field.
We'll pull it outside and let it run for a while and get it operating temperature, and we'll see what it looks like.
Okay. we're gonna have to do all the injectors in it eventually here. I think if we make it through the rest of the season, that's gonna be on the top priorities. Put all new injectors across the entire thing. All right, well, we're gonna get that one seating, we're gonna get this one seating, this one's ready to go, and I'm gonna drive that around and keep spraying. Okay, hope you enjoyed this. It's fun, farming's great.